Listening to children. What do their complaints about school really mean? Welcome, dear parents, to today's program. As our children grow and learn, they sometimes voice complaints about school or class. These might be fleeting moments of frustration, but they can also be subtle signals that our children are trying to send us, hinting at something that truly needs our attention. Our role as parents is to become attentive listeners, decoding the real messages behind their words. Only then can we help our children rediscover joy, motivation, and effective learning at school. Before we dive into specific complaints, let's review some key points to keep in mind. When children express unhappiness about school, the most critical step is to identify the real issue they're facing. Don't dismiss their words or scold them hastily. Every word they say carries meaning. They might need help with academics, guidance to resolve a conflict, or simply someone to acknowledge their efforts. By addressing these challenges early, we can help our children feel more at ease mentally, allowing them to focus better, learn more effectively, and find each school day enjoyable. Now, let's decode some common complaints children often share. The timeless question: why do I have to go to school? Many parents have heard this question from their children, a seemingly simple query that hides deeper concerns. This vague complaint, like many others, might indicate that a child feels overwhelmed or stressed by something at school they can't yet name. This question often arises during transitional years, like starting first grade or moving to middle school, when the world around them feels new and full of uncertainties. Parents should remember that, at this age, it's hard for children to grasp the long-term benefits and value that education will bring to their future. So, what should we do when a child asks this? Start by gently asking if something happened at school. A simple question like, "Why are you asking that today?" or, "Is something at school making you unhappy?" can open the door to deeper sharing. If they're facing a specific difficulty, work together to find solutions. If they're simply curious about the purpose of school, explain patiently that school equips them with the knowledge and skills needed to thrive in life. It's where they learn to read, write, solve magical math problems, and understand how the world works. You can also read books or share stories about people who succeeded through education. Show them that knowledge empowers them to make good choices, solve problems, and become valuable contributors to society. A thought-provoking confession: "School is so hard. I don't want to go." When a child exclaims, "School is too hard. I don't want to go anymore," parents naturally feel worried. This isn't just a casual complaint. It could signal that the child lacks certain skills needed to keep up with schoolwork. Or it might hint at learning difficulties, possibly even undiagnosed learning disabilities. Another possibility is that the child has a fixed mindset, believing intelligence is innate and unchangeable. With this mindset, they may give up easily when faced with challenging tasks, feeling they're not smart enough. These struggles may not occur daily, but even a few moments of feeling discouraged or helpless can make school feel like a daunting challenge. What should parents do? The first and most important step is to thoroughly understand why the child finds learning so difficult. Are they struggling with a specific subject? Do they not understand the teacher's lessons? From there, you can work with them to find solutions or connect with their teacher for timely support. If you notice your child avoids difficult tasks, have a conversation to encourage them. Explain that every challenge they overcome brings valuable rewards, knowledge and growth. Easy tasks reinforce what they already know, but tough ones expand their understanding and help them mature. Build their confidence that effort leads to success. The dreaded homework, my worst enemy. Homework is likely the arch nemesis of many children. But what lies behind the familiar cry, "I hate doing homework"? While most kids aren't thrilled about homework, if your child complains about it frequently and intensely, It's worth digging deeper to see if they're facing real difficulties. How we respond depends on the root cause of their complaint. If they resist homework because it cuts into playtime or favorite activities, sit down with them to create a more balanced schedule. Help them plan their time to complete homework while still enjoying personal interests. Observe how they approach homework. Do they struggle? Do they give up easily? If they're truly wrestling with it, offer patient, step-by-step guidance, not doing it for them, but teaching them how to think and find answers. If needed, don't hesitate to seek the teacher's help. Sometimes, kids argue that school is enough and home should be for play. Gently explain that regular homework is like an athlete's daily practice. It reinforces what they've learned, hones skills, and prepares them for future lessons, leading to better academic outcomes. When yawns outlast lectures, school is so boring. If your child frequently grumbles, school is so boring, don't brush it off. This complaint might reveal more than you think. One possibility is that they've mastered the material and find lessons repetitive and unengaging. However, if they repeatedly call subjects boring, investigate further. It could signal they lack the skills to keep up. And boredom might actually be confusion or exhaustion. It's also possible that the teacher's methods don't align with your child's preferred learning style. Some kids thrive on hands-on activities or movement, while others prefer reading or independent exploration over lectures. Or, they might simply lack interest in required subjects at that moment. How should we handle the "school is boring" complaint? It's not entirely true that kids should only learn in their favorite style. Teachers often use varied methods intentionally to help students develop well-rounded skills and adapt to different ways of receiving information. Explain to your child that engaging with diverse learning methods makes them more flexible, opens new discoveries, and builds a strong foundation for the future. Learning to cope with boredom is also a valuable skill. However, for children with learning disabilities, this approach may not work. They need tailored guidance suited to their unique learning needs. If your child isn't just bored but genuinely struggling to understand lessons, discuss their situation openly with the teacher to find the best solutions. The dream of homeschooling. Why can't I just study at home? In today's digital age, homeschooling or online learning isn't unfamiliar. So when a child asks, "Why can't I study at home instead of going to school?" how should parents respond? Kids often raise this complaint believing online or home learning means less homework, or even none, and more comfort. Be honest with them. Whether learning online or at home, they'll still need to work hard to master essential knowledge. The content is the same, only the schedule might be more flexible since there's no commute or fixed breaks. A major advantage of traditional school is the ease of socializing, playing, and learning from peers daily, an environment critical for developing social skills. Online or homeschooling allows friendships too, but it requires more effort, especially initially. If, after understanding this, your child remains interested in alternatives, consider exploring further. Both online and homeschooling have made significant strides in delivering quality education in recent years. However, not every child thrives in every learning format. Many middle and high schools now offer online or hybrid programs, which could be worth considering. The morning battle. I hate waking up early. The morning alarm is the enemy of many, adults included, so it's no surprise when kids say, "I hate waking up early." If your child feels tired or sluggish in the morning, a leading cause is often lack of sleep. The best response is to help them establish a healthy sleep routine. Remind them to go to bed on time and ensure they avoid electronic devices like phones or tablets at least an hour before bed, as blue light can disrupt sleep. If they're getting the recommended sleep but still struggle to wake up or feel persistently tired, consider consulting a pediatrician to identify underlying causes and provide appropriate support. The accusation: everyone at school is mean. Sometimes, kids come home declaring, "That teacher is so strict," or "Nobody in class plays with me. They're all mean." These statements can alarm parents. Let's explore what's really happening. First, calmly talk to your child to understand why they feel this way. Some teachers or staff may seem strict to maintain discipline, which kids might interpret as mean or unapproachable. If they complain about peers, it could indicate they need help with social skills, or their classmates might need guidance in interacting kindly. How should we respond? If it's about a teacher, explain that people have different ways of doing their jobs effectively. Teachers who seem less friendly might be focused on teaching, and strict staff ensure rules are followed for a safe, fair learning environment. However, if your child's account suggests clear disrespect or unprofessional behavior from school staff, don't hesitate to raise the issue with school leadership. If your child describes malicious behavior, bullying, or violence, verbal or physical, from peers, immediately address it with the class teacher, supervisor, or principal. Your child's safety is the top priority, and schools are responsible for ensuring a bully-free environment. Dear parents, every complaint about school is an opportunity to better understand and support our children on their educational journey. With patient listening, empathy, and thoughtful guidance, we can help them overcome challenges, rediscover joy, and find motivation in learning. Wishing you and your children meaningful and fulfilling school experiences.